here we have two equations of two circles. Write this down. A circle. No, actually, you don't have to write it down. Just point an arrow to that and say that's the radius squared. If you're just given this, then you know that the center of your circle is at the origin, at 0, 0. Then you use the radius and count out every direction, so you kind of have an idea of how to, like, where your circle's going. So I would count out 6 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put a dot right there. Then I count 6 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I put a dot right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put a dot right there, and then you do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you put a dot right there. And so, oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, that's a gorgeous circle. Look at that. Yeah, check him out. That's how you graph it. That's how you find the radius. You just have to square root it. What about this one right here? Well, stuff happens because we have a -5 on the x and a +2 on the y. You guys remember when like it does it to the x, you think the opposite? Yep. You do the same thing here for both of these, actually, because they're both inside of something getting squared. And so you would start at the origin, but then you have to move. Okay, so I'm going to move what? If that says -5, that's going to go where? 5 to the right. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so we have a 5 right there, and then we have a +2 with the y, which means we're going to go down 2 at -2, and that's going to be the center of our circle. After we find the center of the circle, now we just have to count the radius up, down, left, and right, and then you can graph your circle, make a rough sketch of your circle. So this is, remember, it is r squared. It is not the radius. You have to square root it to find what the radius actually is. So we have r equals, this actually might be in the way, but that's okay, 4 times 5, rad 4 times rad 5, which equals 2 rad 5. Now, if you're not quite sure what rad 2 or 2 times rad 5 is, then what we can do is we can throw that in the calculator and see what you get. I know that the square root of 5 is really close to the square root of 4, and so that's almost like a 2, probably a little bit more than a 2. So it'll be probably like 2 times 2 point something something something, I don't know, which would be about 4. So I know that my radius is going to be 4 and then a decimal. So I'm just going to count out 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and go a little bit more just to show that there's a decimal right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a little bit more. So I have right there 1, 2, 3, 4, then a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a little bit more. So then we have, oops, I lost it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we have our circle. Oh, I'm so bad at drawing curves. Oh, it's a great circle, and that's how you graph circles. Now I'm only showing you circles in this nice, pretty form. There's sometimes circle equations show up in a different form. But if you and you know that it's a circle because the x is squared and the y is squared. When both the x and the y are squared and there's nothing dividing it, kind of like these, like a really big fraction right here. Well, not 1, but yeah, let's put a 3 right there. Like, that's no longer going to be a circle because that 3 is actually going to do something to our circle and kind of make it more like an ellipse right there. But we don't need to go that far. I just need to show you guys the horizontal shift, the vertical shift, and how to find the radius. And that's it. So the formula of a circle would be x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. R, not r squared, just r. R equals the radius. The h is your horizontal movement. That tells you how the graph shifts from left to right. That's why with this one it says -5. We shifted to the right 5 from the origin. So actually I should probably draw it from there. So from the origin we had to shift to the right 5 because it says -5. And then the k is a vertical shift. I'm going to put a V and write shift right here. So it's a vertical shift. So I guess you could also say that HK is the center of your circle. So right here we know that the H is 5, and right here the H is -2, and that's where our center is. That's at 5, -2.